Course name Linear Algebra and Calculus, Module 1 Linear Algebra. Quadratic forms and transformation to the principal axis. So first of all we need to see what a quadratic form is. A homogeneous polynomial of degree 2 in any number of variables is called a quadratic form. For example, x1 square plus 5 times x1 x2 plus x2 square. This is a polynomial of degree 2 with two variables there, that is x1 and x2 there. Now a general quadratic form in n variables is given by a11 x1 square plus a12 x1 x2 plus a13 x1 x3 plus etc. plus a1n x1 xn plus a21 x1 x2 plus a22 x2 square plus a23 x2 x3 plus etc. a2n x2 xn plus etc. plus an1 x1 xn plus an2 xn x2 plus an3 x3 xn x3 plus etc. plus ann xn square. This summation can be rewritten as, or the general quadratic form in n variables can be written as q is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to n sigma j is equal to 1 to n xi xj. Now this quadratic form can be represented by a simple matrix form, that is x transpose ax, where x is equal to the n variables there, the column matrix x1 x2 etc. xn. So the x transpose will be the row vector, that is x1 x2 etc. xn, and a is equal to the coefficient matrix, that is a11 a12 etc. a1n, a21 a22 etc. a2n etc. an1 an2 ann, where A is called the matrix of the quadratic form, and this matrix A is symmetric also. So when you do this quadratic form, we have to keep some terms in mind. That is, the first one says that the matrix A of the quadratic form must be symmetric. The matrix A for the quadratic form, it should be a symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix in the sense A transpose is equal to A there. Otherwise, we make it a symmetric matrix by defining a new matrix B, which is defined as follows, that is BII is equal to AII and BIJ is equal to BJI is equal to 1 by 2 into AIJ plus AJI. To write the second point, to write the matrix of the quadratic form in the first row, write the coefficient of x1 square, that is the first element. In the first row, the first element will be the coefficient of x1 square. Now the next row, the next element will be the coefficient of half the coefficient of x1 x2. The next element, it is half the coefficient of x1 x3. It goes on like that. Now when you move to the second row, the first element in the second row will be half the coefficient of x1 x2. The second element in the second row will be the coefficient of x2 square. The third element, half the coefficient of x2 x3, and it goes on. And in the third row, the first element will be the half the coefficient of x3 x1. Second element in the third row will be the half the coefficient of x3 x2. The third element will be the coefficient of x3 square, and it goes on like that. So this is how we this is how we define a quadratic form and how to write that quadratic form in the matrix format. Keep in mind that always the matrix should be a matrix of a quadratic form must be a symmetric matrix there. Okay. Now let's see the nature of a quadratic form. Nature of a quadratic form. A real quadratic form x transpose A x in n variables is said to be positive definite if all the eigenvalues are greater than 0. It is said to be a negative definite if all the eigenvalues are less than 0. It is said to be positive semi-definite if at least one of the eigenvalue is equal to 0 and all other eigenvalues are greater than 0 there. Negative semi-definite if at least one eigenvalue is equal to 0 and all other eigenvalues are less than 0. And indefinite if some of the eigenvalues of A are positive and others are negative. So this is the nature of the quadratic form. That is, we have positive definite, that is all the eigenvalues are positive there. Negative definite, that is all eigenvalues are less than 0 there, that is negative. Positive semi-definite in this sense, at least one eigenvalue will be equal to 0 and all the remaining eigenvalues will be greater than 0. Negative semi-definite means one eigenvalue will be equal to 0 and all other eigenvalues will be equal to negative value, that is less than 0. Indefinite in the sense we will have eigenvalues having positive sign as well as the negative sign there. Now let's see what the rank and signature of a quadratic form is. So quadratic form will be always of the form Q is equal to, in the matrix format, Q is equal to X transpose AX. So we are going to consider a quadratic form. Let Q is equal to X transpose AX be a matrix representation of the quadratic form. The number of non-zero eigenvalues of the matrix A is called the rank of the quadratic form. That is, the number of non-zero eigenvalues of the matrix A is called the rank of the quadratic form, and the signature of the quadratic form is defined as a triplet, that is n0, n plus, n minus, where n0 denotes the number of zero eigenvalues, n plus denotes the number of positive eigenvalues, and n minus denotes the number of negative eigenvalues. Okay, so this is what a rank and the signature of a quadratic form represents. Next is the canonical form. A quadratic form written in the form of sum or difference of the square of the variables is called the canonical form. Now the reduction to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. This is very important for us for doing the problems and all. How to reduce the canonical form by orthogonal transformation. The first step is that write the matrix representation Q is equal to X transpose AX of the given quadratic form. So we have to write the matrix in the form, write the matrix representation of the given quadratic form. Second step is find the eigenvalues and the corresponding eigenvectors of the matrix A of the quadratic form. So we have to, from the given matrix, from the given representation of quadratic form, matrix format, we have to find the eigenvalues. Corresponding to each eigenvalue, we have to find the eigenvectors also. Third step is let P be the model matrix of A whose columns are eigenvectors of A. That is, after finding the eigenvalues, we are asked to find the eigenvectors of the corresponding eigenvalues. Now these eigenvectors will form the model matrix, that is P there. That is model matrix whose columns are the eigenvectors of matrix A there. That is P is equal to x1, x2, x3. Matrix x1, matrix x2, matrix, P is equal to matrix x1, x2, x3 there. X1 is the eigenvector, x1, x2, x3, capital X1, x2, x3 are the eigenvectors of our matrix A there. Now the fourth step is that we have to convert the model matrix P to an orthogonal matrix by normalizing P. That is, P is equal to matrix x1 by norm x1, x2 by norm x2, x3 by norm x3, where norm x is equal to root of x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. Now the next step is, we know that D is equal to P inverse AP. We have to pre-multiply and post-multiply the above with P and P inverse. Then what we get? We get it as P dP inverse is equal to P into P inverse A P into P inverse. That is, we are having we know the equation D is equal to P inverse AP. We are going to multiply, pre-multiply and post-multiply by P and P inverse. After that, what we get? We get like this. The left hand side becomes P into D into P inverse. That is, we are pre-multiplying with P and post multiplying with P inverse in the left hand side. Similarly, you have to do pre-multiply and post multiply with P and P inverse in the right hand side also. So what we get? P into P inverse AP into P inverse. From this we obtain that A is equal to P into P inverse is equal to the identity matrix, that is I. So A is equal to P D P inverse. If P is an orthogonal matrix, then we can say that P transpose is equal to P inverse there, the inverse of that matrix. So let the quadratic form be written as Q is equal to X transpose AX. In the place of A, we have to substitute what? P D P inverse. So we get it as Q is equal to X transpose P D P inverse into X. I am supposing that let my Y is equal to P inverse X there. So what does Y transpose becomes? Y transpose will be equal to P inverse X the whole transpose. That is, this is equal to X transpose P inverse transpose. We know that which is equal to X transpose P inverse the whole inverse. Reason is that we know that if P is an orthogonal matrix, P transpose is same as P inverse there. So we obtain it as Y transpose is equal to X transpose into P, where P is the model matrix there. So therefore, the quadratic form becomes Q is equal to Y transpose into D into Y there. That is, this is equal to matrix y1, y2, etc. yn into D into their transpose, which is equal to lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus etc. lambda n yn square, where lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda n are the eigenvalues of the given matrix. So with this is known as the canonical form or diagonal form or principal axis form then. So now let's see what the principal axis theorem says. Principal axis theorem states that any quadratic form in its symmetric matrix form Q is equal to X transpose AX can be transformed into the form lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus etc. lambda n yn square, called the principal axis form or the canonical form or the diagonal form, with the suitable choice of vector y is equal to matrix y1, y2, etc. yn the whole transpose there. Now let us see some problems that we have already discussed. The theory has been discussed before. Now let's see some problems. The first problem is, write the matrix of the following quadratic form ax square plus 2hxy plus by square. So we know that the quadratic form. What is a quadratic form? Quadratic form is an equation which is of degree 2, and we can have many number of variables there. It is an equation of the form with degree 2 there. So how to write the given equation, the given quadratic form in a matrix format? That is the question. So we know that always take the first row. The first element in the first row will be the coefficient of x square, that is a. Now the second element in the first row will be half the coefficient of x, x and y, that is xy, half the coefficient of x into y there. That is, it is h there. That is 2h by 2, which is equal to h. So the first row is a, and the first row will become the first element is a, the second element is h there. Now let's see the second row. The second row becomes in the second row the first element is equal to the half the coefficient of again x into y there. That is again 2h by 2, which is equal to h there. And the second element in the second row will be the coefficient of y square. So that is b there. So the second row changes to h b. So the matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. That is we are having only two variables here. So it is a 2 by 2 matrix. So we get the matrix as A, H, H, B there. Now let's see the second question. That is, write again. The question is, write the matrix of the quadratic form 2x1 square minus 2x2 square plus 4x3 square plus 2 times x1 x2 minus 6 times x1 x3 plus 6 times x2 x3. So my opinion is to fill the diagonal elements first, because diagonal elements will be the coefficient of x1 square, x2 square and x3 square respectively for each row. So in the first row, the first diagonal entry, that is coefficient of x1 square, it is 2. In the second row, the diagonal entry, that is x2 square, that is minus 2. And in the third row, a33 is equal to 4 there. So the diagonal elements are 2, minus 2 and 4. Now let's see what is A12. A12 means first row, second element. First row, second element will be half the coefficient of x1, x2. That is, coefficient of x1, x2 is 2 there. Half the coefficient of x1, x2 will be 1 there. So it is 1. Now, first row, third element. That is, half the coefficient of x1, x3. Half the coefficient of x1, x3 means minus 3 there. So the first row becomes 2, 1, minus 3. Now the second row, first element will be the coefficient of half the coefficient of x2, x1. That is again 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. Next is the coefficient of x2 square, that is minus 2. The third element will be the coefficient, half the coefficient of x2, x3. x2, x3 is, the coefficient of x2, x3 is 6. Half the coefficient of x2, x3 means 3 there. So the second row becomes 1, minus 2, 3 there. And the last row, that is first element. Third row, first element is half the coefficient of x3, x1. x3, x1, that is minus 6 by 2, that is minus 3. Second element will be half the coefficient of x2, x3. x3, x2, that is 6 by 2, that is 3 again. And the third entry is 8, that is coefficient of x3 square, that is 4 there. So your matrix is 2, 1, minus 3, 1, minus 2, 3, minus 3, 3, 4. Here if you can see that we are having 3 variables there. If you are having 3 variables in your equation, then it will be a 3 by 3 matrix there. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Find the nature, rank and signature of the quadratic form x1 square plus 2x2 square plus x3 square minus 2x1 x2 plus 2x2 x3 is equal to 0 there. So what you have to do? You have to convert this quadratic form into the matrix representation. So we write Q is equal to x transpose AX, where A is equal to, you know the matrix there. X1, first row, first element will be the coefficient of x1 square. Second row, second element will be the coefficient of x2 square, that is 2. Third row, third element will be the coefficient of x3 square, that is 1. So the diagonal elements are filled there. Now we have to look in the first row, the second element, that is A12. A12 means half the coefficient of x1, x2, that is minus 1. Next, third element is x1, x3, half the coefficient of x1, x3, it is 0 there. So the first row is 1, minus 1, 0. Now let's look the second row there. Second row, first element is A21, that is the half the coefficient of x2, x1, that is minus 1. Second element is 2, third element will be the coefficient of x2, x3, that is 2 by 1, that is 1 again. In the third row, first element is 0, second element is the coefficient of x3, x2, that is 1, and the third element is coefficient of x3 square, that is 1 here. So we got the matrix as A is equal to 1, minus 1, 0, minus 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1 there. So this is a symmetric matrix, we know that. Now it is a 3 by 3 matrix, it is a symmetric matrix. Now our next step is to find what the eigenvalues. Okay, so we found the eigenvalues. How to find the eigenvalues? Determinant of A minus lambda is equal to 0. In that, lambda is equal to the eigenvalues there. So we got lambda as, so by solving it, we get the rank as, we get the lambda as 0, 1, 3. So what is the rank there? The rank will be equal to 2, since all the eigenvalues, at least one eigenvalue is 0 and the other all eigenvalue, that is 1, 3 are positive. We can say that the nature of this quadratic form is positive semi-definite. And the signature means it is a triplet there, that is n0, n plus, n minus. N0 means the number of zero eigenvalues. We are having one zero eigenvalue. Number of then n plus is the number of positive eigenvalues. We are having two eigenvalues which is positive. So it is 1, 2, and n minus, that is number of negative eigenvalues. We don't have a negative eigenvalue here, so it is 0 there. So the signature is 1, 2 and 0 here. Okay, now let's see the next question. Transpose to principal axis form 3x1 square plus 8x1x2 minus 3x2 square is equal to 10. Express column matrix x1 x2 in terms of new coordinates y is equal to column matrix y1 y2. So what we have to do? We have to first transform our given matrix into a quadratic form. So quadratic form in the sense, we have to take the equation, we have to equate it to 0 there. That is 3x1 square plus 8x1x2 minus 3x2 square is equal to 0. From that we have to write the matrix A there. What is matrix A? Since there are only two variables here, the matrix A will be a 2 by 2 matrix. So the matrix A is calculated as 3, 4, 4 and minus 3. After that what we have to do? We have to find the eigenvalues there. How to find the eigenvalue? We have to find the eigenvalue by solving determinant of A minus lambda is equal to 0. By solving for this equation, we get lambda is equal to some values there, that is the eigenvalue there. So in this question, when we do determinant of A minus lambda is equal to 0, we get our lambda as plus or minus 5 there. So when lambda is, now correspondingly we are having two eigenvalues there, when that is lambda is equal to 5 and lambda is equal to minus 5 there. When lambda is equal to 5, what happens? When lambda is equal to 5, A minus lambda I into x is equal to 0. Substitute lambda as 5 there. We get the corresponding eigenvectors for this lambda is equal to 5, and the corresponding eigenvectors are, we are having an eigenvector there for lambda is equal to 5, it is equal to 2, 1. That is x is equal to 2, 1, t times 2, 1. Now similarly we have to find the eigenvector for lambda is equal to minus. Substitute lambda is equal to minus 5 in A minus lambda into x is equal to 0. We get the corresponding eigenvector for lambda is equal to 5 as 1, minus 2. So when lambda is equal to 5, you get the eigenvector as 2, 1, and when lambda is equal to minus 5, you get the eigenvector as 1, minus 2. Okay, now our step is to write the model matrix there. How to write the model matrix? We use the help of our eigenvector there. That is, our eigenvector for lambda is equal to 5 is our first row, that is 2, 1. Not first row, first column, that is 2, 1. And the next lambda is equal to minus 5. The eigenvector for lambda is equal to minus 5 is our next column, that is 1, minus 2 there. So P is equal to, P is our model matrix. So P is equal to 2, 1, 1, minus 2 there. The third step is we have to normalize this. How to normalize? Normalization means x by norm x. So the normalized P will be equal to, the first element is 2 by root 5. Next element is 1 by root 5. Second row, first element is 1 by root 5. Next element is minus 2 by root 5. how do you get that p? The normalized p, that is x by norm x there, where norm x is equal to x1 square plus x2 square. Now we have to take its transpose also. What is the transpose? The row is changed to column and the column is changed to the row there. We found what is P transpose also. After that, by multiplying P transpose into A into P, we get the diagonal matrix as 5, 0, 0, minus 5. Okay, so this is what your D is. Now what you should do is that we have to write this in the new matrix form. Our next question is to write it in the new matrix form, that is y1 y2 there. So Q is equal to y transpose AY, where y transpose is given as y1 y2 into A into matrix column matrix y1 y2. Multiply it, you will get it as 5 y1 square minus 5 y2 square. The canonical form or the principal axis form is of the form lambda 1 y1 square minus lambda 2 y2 square. Your lambda 1 is 5 and lambda 2 is minus 5 there. So just multiply it and find it. You will get it as 5 y1 square minus 5 y2 square there. So this is the principal axis form or the canonical form there. Now, so we got Q as 5 y1 square minus 5 y2 square as. Now let's see the equation. We write down the equation once again. 3x1 square plus 8x1 x2 minus 3x2 square equal to 0 is the canonical form is 5y1 square minus 5y2 square. But our equation is, it is equated to 10 there. That is 3x1 square plus 8x1 x2 minus 3x2 square is equal to 10, which implies 5y1 square minus 5y2 square is equal to 10, which implies y1 square minus y2 square is equal to 2. That is, it represents which equation? Take that 2 to the left hand side, you get it as y1 square by 2 minus y2 square by 2, which is equal to 1 there. So this is of the form x square by a square minus y square, x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1 there, which represents an equation of, which represents which equation? It is the hyperbola equation. So this will represent a hyperbola there. So that's it. This is the section, the quadratic form and the principal axis form. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much.